Welcome back, Wagoneers, to another exciting episode of the Wasted Wagons podcast. And on this episode, we have a special episode of Uncovered. And with us, we have Samantha Tacey with hashtag famous on Instaham. And she's going to be competing at the Hogs for the Cause. And we're very happy to have you here.
Thanks for having me.
Samantha, let's jump in real quick. Let's get a little background information on the team and how long the team has been around in existence, and how long have you been a member of the team?
Sure. So our team has been around for 7 years. I've been volunteering with the team for 5. 4 of those I've been the co-captain, kind of on the fundraising side of our team. Our team started, I work for a general contractor in New Orleans, the Lemoyne Company. We were the general contractor who built the new children's hospital. And so part of that was Hogs House, which with $2 million in donations from Hogs for the Cause, it's a hotel that family members whose kids are being treated at Children's Hospital can stay completely for free. And so that's kind of how we got involved. It started as basically just a team that with the help of our contractors, we wanted to do basically just a party to raise money and celebrate the hard work that these subcontractors and vendors put into this project. It intended to only be around for a couple of years. Once the project was done, we would be done, and it's been going ever since.
Sounds good. So this is your 4th year, you said, as a captain, coach
Yes.
/ co-captain.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What does the experience of being at Hogs mean to you, and how important is it to you that they're doing all this work for such a really good cause?
Sure. So Children's Hospital is such an integral part of the healthcare system in our city. And so the fact that the barbecue competition community can come together, and it's not just about the competition, it's about raising money for pediatric brain cancer. It's crucial to what it means to be someone from New Orleans.
Right on. And we know it's April 4th and 5th this year, and I'm sure your work has started long before the day. So we're about a month away now. How do you feel about your team being prepared? Are you guys ready? Do you have some more tweaks or things you need to do to get ready for Hogs? Or are you pretty much locked in, ready, and good to go for the event? Sure.
So our team is ready to go. We're ready to get out there in a few weeks. Where our focus is now is fundraising. So from here on out, even through the competition, we will be raising money to donate directly to Hogs for the Cause.
Do you have like a little sneak peek of what y'all's menu is going to look like this year?
Sure. So as far as the competition barbecue, I can't give away any trade secrets.
Sure, we understand.
But if you come to the festival, we have a menu that we've used year after year. It always sells very well. We have hand-rolled barbecue pork egg rolls that we spent yesterday rolling 500, 750 egg rolls.
Wow.
It was wild.
Nice.
Hand rolling one by one. We smoked the butts Friday night. Pork butts. Thank you, sir.
Well, usually Wednesday is butt stuff at night. So,
Oh,
but that's,
yeah.
It can be on a Friday too.
Yeah.
It's a lot of mention of butts on this podcast.
I've stuffed a few butts before, but that's not at Hogs for the Cause.
So did your
And I'm talking about pork too, by context. I'm talking about a kosher on delay.
that
didn't come out too well.
Husband David help you with this?
He sure did. He sure did roll a crap ton of egg rolls.
How many members do you have on your team, in your crew?
So, truly, the consistent volunteers every year is myself. I organize the team. I do a lot of the fundraising, and we have Justin Proctor, who is is the other co-captain. He's a coworker of mine in our Baton Rouge office. He is our pit master. He's the one who comes up with menus. He does the competition barbecue. He'll stay up all night smoking for the competition Friday night and Saturday. And then we've got some other crucial members of the team. We've got Mike Best, Nick Caluette, Tony Perdue. These guys are our builders, so they'll actually help us set up our tent, tables. We've got 2 or 3 massive bars that we'll set up. We've got, they'll use like pallets. They'll put like a fencing area for us up for a couple of years, and we're going to bring it back this year. We've got a giant 8-foot Instagram frame that people can come by and take pictures with.
That's a good idea.
That we'll have up this year. A couple years ago, we put it up, and the wind was terrible. It kept blowing down. And so last year, Hogs like nixed it for us. So we're going to bring it back this year.
Safe to say that you guys, in the Friday night party atmosphere, you guys will be competing for hopefully one of the best party atmosphere.
Maybe not as big as like, Boar's Nest or or what was they? Maybe there's another
like the ice luge every year.
That's Boar's Nest. Or was it Florida Q? Maybe somebody had a big one.
I think it's Florida Q.
Yeah, somebody had a big party last year.
I don't remember who has like Partners in Crime came. I think last year.
Yeah,
and Choppa, and it was that tent that it might have been Florida
huge.
Q. I don't remember.
Yeah.
Is there any areas of this competition that y'all feel like y'all do really well in?
So we always do pretty well. Last year we won Best Sauce.
Oh, there you go.
So it
Number
was
one Best Sauce.
Won
Oh,
Best
that's
Sauce
awesome.
last year.
Sauce
So
boss.
it was wild because we always attend the award ceremony. We're a small team. We don't expect to do much, and so we're sitting there not paying attention. All of a sudden they say our name, and 2 lonely little volunteers go hauling ass up to the front of the stage. It's just wild seeing these giant teams up there winning awards and then 2 little, nobodies. Yeah.
Well, good. So what would you say is your favorite part of Hogs for the Cause?
It's the people. It's seeing the same, I don't want to call them customers, the same patrons that come out to the festival every single year. They come by our tent every year. A big hit on our menu is our deep fry bacon. We batter, deep fry, thick cut strips of bacon and dip it into a homemade country gravy.
Sounds
Sir.
extremely healthy.
It's I'm not your cardiologist, man. But there's a couple. It's a father and daughter who they come by every single year to get that one menu item, and so that's my favorite part is the people who come year after year to support such a good cause.
All right, so you let us in on a couple of the items on your menu here. You have the egg rolls, deep fried bacon. Which one is your favorite?
Probably the egg rolls.
Okay.
They're pretty legit. Yeah, and this year we're gonna top it with our award-winning sauce.
Okay.
So it's gonna be pretty special.
Yeah, I'll bet.
I'm gonna make sure to come get those egg rolls, and I would like for you to come over to Pork Chapatulas and get our pork chapatulas roll.
You got it. That sounds great.
Do trades.
Tradesies?
Yeah, we trade.
I'll have my people call your people. We'll work
Deal.
something out.
You got it.
No, I probably should have asked this question a little bit earlier. I think everybody here at the table has been to Hogs for the Cause except me. So I basically be a noob to it. So as a noob, what should I expect from Hogs for the Cause?
A lot of food.
To
You
feel
expect
really full, too.
a lot of food.
A lot of pork in your system.
Oh yeah, good music, good energy. They've got some great talent this year. Zach Top is new. I had never heard of him before they released. Charlie Crockett's going to be there. It's going to be really good. Oh yeah, it's a good time all around.
Lots of beer.
Jumping back to fundraising, so what do y'all do before the event? So what are y'all doing? Are y'all doing actual events where y'all are selling pork or something at an event?
So we don't do a whole lot of fundraising outside of donations. Last year and this year we did just in our company. Basically, anybody who made at least a $25 donation got into a raffle, and we did a big barbecue dinner. It was actually one of our vice presidents that won. We did a barbecue dinner for him and a bunch of his friends.
What so getting to Hogs, so you guys are a small team, like you said, maybe less than 10
Sure, I'd
members?
say we probably have up between 10 and 20.
Okay, at least size. So take me through what Hogs is like as far as the experience goes, because obviously it starts on a Friday. Thursday is your setup day.
Sure.
But for you, I'm sure it starts long before that, when you're maybe trying a new sauce or a variation of the sauce or a new item to maybe put on the menu. but like you're getting to the day. What's the day, the first Thursday, Friday, and Saturday like for you, getting set up, and then the actual event itself starting?
Sure. So typically Thursday, I'll cut out of work half day. I'll head over there. I will literally haul all the supplies that we need, the paper plates and the napkins and the tables, and I'll get everything set up on Thursday. That way, Friday morning when I show up, I will have just food, just anything we're going to need between, here's another menu item, barbecue, nachos, nacho chips and cheese, and whatever we need food-wise shows up Friday morning. I'll get everything organized in deep freezers and coolers and ice chests. We'll set the beer on ice. Everything will get set up Friday morning. That way, 3:30 when gates open, we're ready to go. Volunteers, typically, I'll show up about 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock in the morning. We'll have our volunteers show up about noon.
Sean, it sounds like you have to go visit #famous on Instagram for those pulled pork nachos.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They're pretty legit.
Yes, I had mentioned before I missed the pig nachos at the Zephyrs games on Thursdays. Oh, yeah. I'd go straight after work. I'd get some pig nachos and some like $2 beers, and yeah.
And so Todd will be going this year. It's his first time. Hopefully, doing some field work for us. So
Yeah,
Todd's gonna come.
I'll pop my cherry.
Todd's gonna come over and experience something.
Not get your butt stuffed, right?
No promises.
Yeah, just don't get that cherry popped.
But if he wants to, that's his choice. It's
Yes.
okay.
Boar's Nest, I heard it's where it's
Wow,
at.
We
I'm
respect
almost
all
sorry.
preferences
I'm almost
here.
sorry I said that.
So there's many different categories you can enter for the competition side of that. Can you talk about do you guys have a favorite? I think one that you always want to enter and one that you kind of really want to focus on, like if it's whole hog or another side like the poutine. I think there's another one they have.
Yeah, it's
pork puree.
Potpourri, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Pork puree.
Are there,
The potpourri from Dillard's? No.
not quite.
Man, that place has been making its appearance on this pod.
Only by
Giving
one or two
shout-outs to a place
only
that's
by two
defunct.
people though. But are there any other competitions that you look forward to entering and that maybe you're always anxious about because you want to do well? I know you said you won best sauce last year, but how do you feel about doing the competitions and submitting dishes to that?
Sure. Of course, everybody wants to win the pulled pork side of the competition. That's the big winner. But I always like the pork puree or Blue Plate Mayo is one of the sponsors. Blue Plate Mayo side competition. We get pretty damn creative last year. We did it was like a steak roll up stuffed with cheeses and spinach and tomatoes.
It was like a flank steak pinwheel.
Oh my god, it was so good.
yeah.
Covered in a spicy mayo sauce. It was delicious. You know what won? A cake. Somebody baked a cake with mayonnaise.
You had me at Blue Plate Mayo.
Wasn't it? Didn't a cupcake win?
Or maybe it was a
that one?
cupcake.
Yeah,
Maybe it was
I
a
remember
cupcake.
hearing it. I'm like, what the hell? Why did a cupcake win this?
Yeah, I'm impressed. I mean, dang.
I mean, that's what Nothing But Cakes. You know that place? That's their secret ingredient. Is they put
they're
mayo
going.
in those damn
You're
things.
kidding.
That cream,
Nope.
they put mayonnaise in it.
I did not know that.
That's
it
why it's
blue-
so damn good.
Is it blue?
Cakes are God.
Is it Blue Plate?
I don't know. I'd have to ask them.
Probably
first.
Hellman's.
It might be home.
But I've never liked a bundt cake in my life until those, and I find out there's mayonnaise in it. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, well, I'll take it.
So, do y'all submit every category?
We don't. So we actually don't do whole hog. We
Okay.
do ribs, pork puree, sides, pulled pork. We do all the other major events.
Did you say which one was your favorite? Was it pork puree?
I think this either the Blue Plate Mayo or the pork puree is you just get a little more creative
Yeah.
with it.
Is whole hog like you have to have the hog spread out and cut open, or it has to be like just all the pieces of the hog? Or
I believe they just submit pieces of it.
It's pieces submitted, but like
Yeah.
we cook the whole hog.
because
and
I've
we do
seen
Yeah.
that.
ours.
I've even seen that at
And-
Po' Boy Fest with the big old hog
Yeah,
split open.
that's
and
exactly what it is.
Scares the kids, and
they're
you know.
they're strict. Every morning, every Friday morning, they come around and they check to make sure that your ingredients are raw, to be cooked. You know, no cheating is going on. It's pretty intense.
Where do y'all get most of your supplies from? Do you use like Cisco or something like that?
Cisco, or Restaurant Depot, I
Restaurant
think
Depot.
he gets a lot from. I'm a big Costco girl. I get all the rest of the stuff from Sam's or Costco.
Yeah, nothing like a good Sam's run during the middle of
Oh
it.
yeah, giant cases of nacho chips. Sorry, nacho chips are not homemade.
Now again, like I'm a noob. Like who's judging the competition?
So you can actually sign up to be a judge early on in the season. So we're just judged by our peers.
Sounds like Todd can enter to be a judge here.
And the last email I got, I want to say there was still judge spots open. I don't know if there still is.
Todd.
Dang.
Hey, I mean, I like me,
Opportunity knocks.
like me a good pulled pork.
You'd have to pretend that you'd have to eat like 30 different pulled porks probably.
Going into his first Hogs with a bang. You know?
Do you guys participate in the Friday night after party much, or do you try to just recover, recoup, and get ready for the next day?
So typically, we're recovering and getting ready for the next day. The pit master is he's going to be up cooking all night, so he's locking himself in his trailer to go to sleep as much as he can. The one year we did do, we had $3 Bill, I think was the name of the band. It was a yacht rock band.
Was that Olympus cover band? I'm just saying.
Not a Limp Bizkit cover band, but it was a yacht rock band, and it was fun. We had a good time, but since then we have kind of shied away from the Friday night party. I think we're going to try to get into a bigger plot.
That gets voted
next
on
year.
too, right? The biggest
It
party,
does,
and that's
yeah.
only on Friday night.
It's only Friday night, yep.
Okay. Mm-hmm. No Manny Fresh in y'all's tent or anything.
Not this time.
Oh,
we'll
man.
work on it.
If only. I would kill the yacht rock. What a mistake that was.
I was just thinking, Russell's y'all are missing out on Choppa. You gotta have y'all are pork Choppa tools. Y'all gotta have.
Someone already has them locked down. So.
Yeah.
I feel like the Friday night party and the best party competition, it's a bit skewed because you can not so much say buy your way into having a better party, but that's what it is.
Yeah.
The more money you have to spend to build for a bigger display or more electronics or lights and things
Sure.
like that, and the entertainment, the better your chances are of winning.
Absolutely.
Whereas winning the sauce category, that's your hard work. Like
Yeah.
you put money into the ingredients, but it takes your talent of cooking and blending and whatnot to make that. So it's that's definitely probably more rewarding to win that. There's some teams I'm sure that are probably there mostly to cook and do well.
Sure.
But they're going to try to win the party.
The party, absolutely.
Oh,
yeah, for sure. I mean, these teams are huge. They're raising tons of money with or without their party, but the party is definitely helping for sure. Not knocking them, man. The party's fun.
Oh, sure.
Now, on the days of the barbecues, do y'all have any kind of merch that y'all use to try to lure people in, like any T-shirts or hats?
So we did have koozies for a couple of years. Children's Hospital gave us a great. They gave us koozies that had like the Hogs for the Cause logo on one side and Children's Hospital logo on the other side. So we did have those for a few years. But we're definitely going to work on stepping up our swag game. The big thing that we're going to do this year is we're going to have some events for kids in our tent.
Nice.
So Brittany, she's the head of our marketing department in the New Orleans office. She's helping us come up with some fun ideas to entertain the kids, who I believe they get in for free if they're under like 8. So it's going to be pretty good.
That's a good way to get some votes if you're one of the only ones that has things to do for kids.
Yeah, absolutely.
What size tent did you say you had?
We're only in a 20 by 20.
20 by 20.
Yeah.
And then correct me if I'm wrong, but like it's based on how much money you've made the previous year.
It does. So previously it wasn't. It was just first come, first serve. But so we were in a 40 by 40 tent. And because we're one of the smaller teams, we don't raise quite as much money. We were pushed into a 20 by 20 tent. But truthfully, it's plenty of room.
They provide the tents, or just like the area you have to provide the tent. Or?
They provide the tent.
Okay,
It's
so
all under their insurance.
Gotcha.
We're only allowed to use fleur-de-lis tents exclusively.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Have y'all gotten the same spot year after year that y'all have been?
So this year's the second year we've been in the same spot, and we like it. It's on the end, kind of in the middle of the field, kind of catty corner to the main stage. We like it. It's got room for our pitmaster's trailer. It's got room. We bring our company cooking trailer that has deep freezers and deep fryers and everything we need to cook. Can be on one side with his trailer on the other side. So it's a pretty good spot. We're going to aim for that every year.
Yeah, I'm not super familiar, but it's also, I believe it's a draft that happens, and I think it's also based off of how much money you've previously made. But
You
then
guys
you
have
get
to
to
come
go.
to the draft next
Yeah,
year.
the draft's cool. I didn't make it out this year.
Yeah.
Was at Chop Yard. the
Yes,
last couple of
correct.
years.
Yeah. So basically, depending on how much money you raised, depending on how big your plot is, they you sign up, and the day you sign up, they timestamp you, and so that determines what your spot is on the pick list. And so, you wait too long, don't sign up on the day of, you get the last plot available.
That's interesting. I didn't really know that detail, but that's a pretty
it's
cool.
It's like a fantasy football draft.
Okay.
So basically, the gist is wherever you land in the draft is where you're gonna be during the
You get
Hogs and the
dibs.
Calls.
Yeah.
So it's not based on the team size or anything like
No.
that. It's okay. So
Yeah.
you could have 30 people and be stuck in a 10 by 10 or 20 by 20 or
Yes. Yep.
okay.
If you raise more money, you have the opportunity to get bigger tents.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think it is actually predetermined who's eligible for like one of the 40-foot plots.
Exactly.
It's based on what you did the year before.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Okay. That makes sense.
So, but if you raise more money, does that increase like your draft spot?
It doesn't. That goes by sign up times.
Oh
Yeah.
wow. See y'all breaking the internet on the first day.
Yeah.
Have you ever run into a situation of like an emergency? Oh shit, we don't have something. We ran out of something, which can be a good thing. You sell out of food,
Sure.
Or let's say Friday night comes at the end of the night. You're doing the inventory on what you have left and available. Have you ever had to call in an emergency like pickup or an order for like food or supplies?
There's a Rouse's near Lakefront. Shout out to that Rouse's because I'm there Thursday, Friday, Saturday morning. I'm there every day picking up something that we forgot or something we may need more of, for sure.
We've
Franklin
been known to
Avenue.
hand roll some of the egg rolls on site.
Oh yeah, before so last year was the first year that we like pre-rolled all these egg rolls by hand. Before that, we were setting up giant like card tables, and volunteers were rolling these egg rolls by hand the day of the festival. That was wild.
Speaking of like prep work before the event actually starts, and I know you guys probably start months in advance. Do you guys have like a sit down tasting? So this might kind of also tie into the fundraising aspect. Do you have like hey, we're gonna get together, we're gonna try maybe 4 or 5 different say sauces or different ways of doing ribs or preparing another pork dish to kind of set your menu and decide what you want, what's the best to present for the judges for the event?
Sure. So we don't fundraise for that, but that's kind of a good idea. We typically we just pick a Saturday a few weeks before. Justin, the pit master, he's been looking at recipes and trying things out on his own months in advance. October, November, December, he's looking at recipes and trying things out. Yesterday, we actually got together, me, him, and David got together and tried out a couple of our options for the different events. Giving criteria, oh, try this instead of this. That needs, flaky salt or, whatever. So we do a little tasting, but typically it's just the captains. Justin's wife is usually there. David's there. But the thought of like maybe making it some kind of fundraising event is not a bad idea.
We tend to sort of
Chef's table.
trust Justin because he does other barbecue competitions throughout the year.
For sure.
And we basically just turn him loose and say, whenever you're ready to try something on us, we'll come over and we'll roll the egg rolls and then we'll eat what you have
Yeah.
ready to
yeah,
go.
yeah.
And we'll give feedback, which more often than not is like, delicious, can't wait to roll this out at the competition. Or in your case, you typically actually have constructive feedback. I'm usually a few beers deep at that.
So y'all's cooks were friends, but they also cook professionally. Is that what it is? Or?
So he's a coworker, but he does competition barbecue year round.
Oh, okay.
He travels
It's a
around the
hobby.
South. It is,
of
exactly.
his. Okay, but yeah, somebody who's a seasoned professional.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Which that's so strange to me that he is a competition pit master, and that maybe you wouldn't show up to some like not so much fairs but other events around the city to set up at a table and like sell plates and things like that to help with
Yeah.
the fundraising. I'm not telling you how to run your team business, but
Sure.
that seems like something that would be a very good idea or a good way to get your name out.
Yeah.
And
It's-
for your product to get tasted ahead of time,
get
before the
feedback.
event.
It's just difficult when you're as small as we are. Those festivals cost money. Like, and we only raise so much for. I mean, we raise a small amount of money to fund our team, but the majority of our fundraising is going towards directly into Rallybound, into the Hogs for the Cause fundraiser.
There's definitely an avenue. There's multiple car shows throughout the city. We on Saturdays during the year.
Sure.
I'm sure they would love to probably have a vendor to come out and sell food to help keep patrons there longer.
Sure.
That would be something you probably maybe look into. I can probably put you in touch with a person
Yeah, that'd be cool.
that runs some stuff. I also have a friend that owns a bar now, and I'm sure that they would probably love to have a barbecue spot
Absolutely.
to sell food to their patrons to keep them there longer too. But that'd be
Yeah.
something that definitely something to look at. Kind of on the fundraising thing, how are you all with your sponsors in terms of like acquiring sponsors, or what do you look for, or how do you advertise to get sponsorships to go along with the fundraising that you do as well?
Sure, absolutely. Our all of our sponsors are trade partners, subcontractors, vendors that we work with day in and day out on our construction projects at Lemoyne. And so we've got everything from glazers, masons, doors and frame vendors. They're just support. They support the cause. They support Lemoyne. I'd like to think we treat them well. They treat us really well on our projects. And so when we're trying to take on a feat like this, trying to raise money for the team and for this cause, they are sponsoring us just so we can make the team possible.
Nice. You mentioned donations. Y'all get donations too from like food and different supplies and
Absolutely.
things?
So it's not just monetary donations. We often get gift cards to Sam's, Rouse's, whatever. We'll get donations. A lot of them will drop off ice chests. They'll donate beer for the team. A lot of the supplies we need are also donated to us.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
I have a question. I mean, this is probably something I should have asked earlier as well. It may have been covered in the last Uncovered. I missed it due to some travel ball bullshit. What does it take to become a captain for Hogs?
Sure. So I originally was just a volunteer 1 year when I first started with the company. The vice president in our healthcare division, Wills Hover, was pretty much running the team with the help of Renee, one of our staff accountants. 1 year, the following year after I volunteered, Renee, huge pregnant. She's trying to organize a team, get sponsors together. Hey.
Much like you are now.
Yeah, I will also be 35 weeks pregnant in the middle of this festival, so send help. She needed some help just getting support, getting things set up, and then when she went on maternity leave, she needed someone to finish it through the festival. So I stepped in and helped close out the festival for her while she was on maternity leave. The next year, I just kind of voluntold. I just kind of stepped in and just did it myself.
This is what we're hearing. We're hearing that Russell hung around his team, and then before you know it, he was on the team.
Yeah, absolutely.
Next year he'll be captain.
Yeah, exactly. You work your way up, even though you're not really trying to work your way up.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's inevitable.
Yeah.
Trying to recruit us to come be members of the team with him as well.
Instead of that Port Chapatoulas patch, he'll have the C on his chest.
I mean, Sam, you're free to badger any of us about being volunteers.
I'm going to put wasted wagons on our team.
There you go.
Oh.
Well, looks like,
Wait.
looks
I've already put that
we're
request
shifting
in.
allegiances here.
Kind of along those same lines, I will get this information from you later, but there is I guess you have a central contact that if a sponsor does want to
Absolutely.
sign on board and come on board, and I'm assuming you guys have like a banner or something like that.
we
they
do.
can put their logo on and things like that.
Yeah, thanks to City Blueprint, we'll have several big banners that will have our sponsors all over it. If it's okay with you guys, I'm going to put the Wasted Wagons logo on the banner as well.
That's 100% okay.
Oh,
with
yeah.
that.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to ask about it, but if you
Yeah.
want to do it, I would say no.
We're just going to put a big featured on the podcast.
Look how humble he is.
with the
He's like,
logo.
I wasn't going to ask.
For sure. I mean, I don't know
no
how.
comment.
I mean, this is a pretty cool setup. I don't know how portable this is, but if you guys want to come record something in our tent, you're welcome to.
It's very portable.
Well, you sort of let the cat out the bag
Back
on that a
off.
little bit.
Wasted wagons on the go.
We will.
The wagons do roll.
We will.
Then I'm
as a-
mobile.
as
Then
a-
I'm mobile
as a-
homes.
As a group, we will be out there and to support you guys. I will set up at your tent for a little while and probably just kind of record you guys doing your prep work and things like that, and then come back and maybe try to interview some patrons as they try your food and see what they like. We'll delicately edit the bad if there's any bad, but I don't think
Never any bad.
There's never going to be any bad. I know you guys are cooking. I've had some of it before. It's all going to be positive. So we'll definitely be out there to show you some support and get some exposure for you, and try to help you out in that regard as well. But yeah, we'll be out there,
Awesome.
and we can be bought.
Noted.
Go ahead.
Well, as we're coming to an end with this interview, there are a couple of questions that we do like to ask all of our guests.
If this is a
Mike,
quiz,
you
I
here?
was an average student. I just want to remind you guys of that.
You may or may not
this,
be ready for this.
This does not require a lot of thought at all.
Very important
And
questions.
some of the choices are not very related, but you just have to pick one or the other, and you can go into as much or as little detail as you want with your answer.
Oh God.
The video is
Your
here
husband
for
can
the
answer as well.
reaction too when we ask these questions.
So the first one is pumpkin spice or chips and salsa.
Chips and salsa.
Yeah, chips and salsa.
I don't know how those two things are related, but chips and salsa all day long.
They're not.
This feels like we're deciding something dirty that is an inside joke, but
No,
Totally
so,
not.
So actually, the one guy of the pod who's not here, this conversation escalated from an argument between he and his wife. So,
okay.
and
I mean, don't get me wrong. I am a basic white girl. I like some pumpkin spice.
Do you want to guess which one of those two chose pumpkin spice?
The
Was it
funnier
him?
answer is the husband.
Was it him?
It was the husband.
Dang.
Love that. Outstanding.
I'm more of a peppermint mocha.
But there's
girl
actually
myself.
3 guys in this pod that choose pumpkin spice over chips and
Listen,
salsa.
I mean, I'm not going to judge you, but I might.
I'm judging you.
Judge for it.
Sir.
My
Judge them.
asterisk every time is that chips and salsa, not so much, but queso, bean dip, guacamole, yes. I don't know, just chips and plain salsa. I'm like, give me
that
something.
mitigates the judgment somewhat.
Well,
Sure.
my argument may not, but it's I like the pumpkin coffee high protein smoothie from Smoothie King that's only available for like 3 months, and I would
Yes.
choose that
Here's
over.
a fun fact. I worked at a Smoothie King college. The first year that came out, that's the worst smoothie for you.
Oh, is it really?
But it's delicious.
It is delicious.
So is chips and salsa.
I mean, we
also
are
delicious.
We are talking about
You
deep
can
fried
have it
bacon
every
here,
Time.
so
There are no caveats. to chips and
Valid.
salsa.
yeah, we are talking about deep fried bacon and all this health food that we're going to eat at Hogs for the Cause. So.
Todd, maybe you should join the team as a volunteer and submit a pumpkin spice.
Pork?
Yeah,
Pumpkin spice
something
bacon.
Pumpkin spice related to your pork
It's not.
dish.
It's not in season though. So.
You make it with mayo.
Make
and
it
you Make
happen.
it a side.
It is type of season.
Blue plate bacon.
It's not in the 3 months of the year that you can have it. Second one, pizza rolls or bagel bites.
Oh.
Bagel bites.
Yes.
Yeah, I think I'm going bagel bites.
It's
Ooh.
close, but it's bagel
Yeah.
bites.
I'm so
Yeah.
sorry.
You get a bagel and you get a pizza, man.
Yeah.
And you don't scorch the shit out of
Apologize.
your
Unless you're wrong.
There it is. The pizza roll, you're going to melt the top of your mouth.
Period.
Be patient, and it will reward
I
you.
can't.
Find patience.
You've never bitten into a really piping hot bagel bite either, have you?
I have.
I think Pat.
They're both bad when they scorch the roof of your mouth, but it pure taste. It's the pizza roll. They also come in 50 racks or 120 racks.
That is valid.
It's amazing.
Can I get a case of pizza rolls,
But
please?
Sam's and Costco sell the bagel bites in the big boxes as well.
That's right.
$9.99 at Sam's. The members
there's no
members
argument,
mark
Pat.
whatever.
It's just- don't
it's
even
like
try.
a 72 box of
And
bagel bites.
Sam's has the lasers that check you out just by lasering into your cart.
Oh, yeah,
Whereas
the
in Costco,
scan and
you've
go.
got humans to deal with, which is ridiculous.
Get it together, Costco.
Listen, you can also buy pizza rolls by the 320 count. 300.
Where would you even store
Listen,
that?
You're making all very valid points. I'm just not going to deviate from my choice here, I don't think.
Your opinion doesn't matter.
Thank you. I'll remember that next time we're at Finn's, baby boy.
Boy.
Baby man?
Baby boy.
Baby Pat.
We're deviating off topic. Travis, next question.
I'm just saying we're 5 to 7 bagel bite here. So
Doesn't
No, we're
Scar-
not.
But doesn't
I mean,
Scarlett?
5 to 2 bagel bites. Sorry.
Travis, doesn't Scarlett have a picture in her phone of Baby Pat?
She sure does. That
Stay on
Publish
topic.
that can be.
Publish
We can
that.
actually post that with this.
This is about a Hogs for the Cause and her
Listen,
and
next
Sam's
time
team.
He's going to cut that
Not
into the video.
about pictures of me as a baby that are
It's-
Snapchat AI generated. Okay.
Yeah. It's actually Pat as an adult that just looks like a baby.
Next topic.
Unfortunately, Patrick edits the video, so he's not going to cut that into the video. When we're talking about it.
You're damn right I'm
If
not.
Samantha requests it, I mean,
I'll add it on the
If-
X page.
If the guest requests a picture of baby Pat to be posted for the world to see,
Flash it at the end of the YouTube video.
Sam has also seen me at my worst on some early mornings on the weekend. So, this would not be out of the norm for her. It's just another day in the week.
I think
Pat.
the baby Pat picture is good quality.
Yeah, how about if we hit like 100 subscribers on YouTube, then we'll post that picture.
I will
Sounds
make
like it.
100.
Oh, there it is.
I will make 100 email addresses.
Oh, that's a good deal.
How about a certain video?
You
of
look really
dancing?
thrilled about this.
I need new teammates.
All right, third and final, Coke or Pepsi?
Coke all day long.
Now we also, before you answer this, we've also had people give curveballs and say, I don't drink Coke or Pepsi, but they have a preferred soft drink instead.
Well, I am pregnant, so I've cut out all sodas, but I am a Diet Coke, Diet Dr. Pepper queen.
Okay.
When I go into labor, I want the giantest, the biggest.
We've
I
already
want
seen a delivery
I want to
from my
OD on aspartame.
He's gonna show up with a 64 ounce Diet Coke from Sonic, and then a 64 ounce Diet Dr Pepper, also from Sonic.
Dr. Pecker.
And-
Because of the ice.
Excuse
That's
me,
how I
Diet
got
Dr.
here.
Pepper.
Okay.
Put it in the IV bag.
Just a bit of whiskey, and I'm already misspeaking. And then also from the pregnancy, she's been dying for a Jersey Mike's sub or any sort of
Okay.
deli meat. So he's rolling up with the biggest turkey club that they can make. But Coke or Pepsi? I mean, I've always had the hot take of I don't really know a big difference in the two.
You're
But
crazy.
it's Coke. But it's
Just
Coke.
crazy.
Yeah, you're just wrong.
You're just wrong.
She says it every time I
I think
make
Coke is
this point.
sweet. I think Coke is sweeter than Pepsi, but I like Coke better.
Really?
It's
It's usually the
Yeah.
opposite. Usually Pepsi's sweeter.
Yeah, it's been
Yeah.
probably 20 years since I had a Pepsi.
I'm also from North Carolina, which is Pepsi country, so
I mean, I like both, but I do slight
You know,
preference.
when
for
the
Pepsi.
waitress says it's Pepsi okay, I'm just like, yeah, whatever. It's the same.
Monopoly money,
It's the
okay?
same.
Which comedian
But
said
then,
that?
but then some people get really offended by that. They're like, is Pepsi okay?
my wife.
I'm like, no, can I get a Mountain Dew?
I ride with Sam on this. I'm sorry.
It was funny if you watch the Dax Norris when he was drinking out of a Coke cup and he said, "I don't drink Coke or Pepsi. I like Mountain Dew." So
Hell yes.
But it's a Pepsi product.
yeah, that's true.
So
True.
So is Lipton the tea.
Tea.
Those are delicious though. But Pepsi is.
Mountain Dew Baja Blast. Is he a Taco Bell man?
They make that in zero now too, which is phenomenal.
Oh,
Delicious.
Better relax over there. That's crazy.
Coach Dax looks like he would put back a sleeve of Mountain
Based
Dew.
on that episode, 100%.
yeah.
He's a good old boy. I mean,
Good old
he was
boy.
also in the Braves minor league system. You know he put back.
My morning coffee is actually a Mountain Dew Zero. I don't drink coffee in the morning. I bring one of those to work every morning.
It sounds so good.
I think at this point I would probably just fall apart if I didn't have coffee.
Oh, yeah. No, agree.
Mentally and
100,
physically fall
100%.
apart.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Sam, this has been an absolute pleasure. At this time, we're going to give you a chance to kind of do a shout out to anyone on your team or your sponsors or any of the donations that you get. Anyone that you want to recognize that has helped you and your team along the way getting into Hogs over the years.
Yeah, dang, I wish I would have had my list of sponsors here. All the trade partners who support us on and off the construction site, super big shout out to them. Justin Proctor, our pit master, Mike Best, Nick Caluet, Tony Perdue, the guys that they bring with them who do it completely for free. They volunteer, they just come help build for us. Shout out to all those guys. Elena, Renee, Brittany, the girls in our office who support me. Heaven forbid I go into labor before this thing happens. They're going to have to run with it. Good luck.
Just don't do it at the event.
Yeah. Yeah. We might have to come up with a pork appropriate name for a baby if that happens. Yeah, I mean,
This
that's
is Samantha. No.
Hey, Amantha.
Hey, Amantha.
Hashtag Hey Mantha.
There you go.
You need to make a dish next year after you have your child, and you can incorporate the name. But yes, a Hamantha sandwich or
Yes,
something along
there
those
you
lines.
go.
needs
That's
to happen.
it. The Hey, Amantha.
We'll give you the trademark for it. We'll allow it.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's it. Renee, Zandy, Robbie Springmeyer. Yes, sorry, thank you. Shout out to those guys for helping out too.
Well, right on. Well, April 4th and 5th, come out to see #famous on Instaham. And buy their food, try their sauces, and have a good time at their party in their tent. And we appreciate you for coming on and being with us. And we can't wait to see you guys out there.
Awesome.
Yep.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
And on that note, we are
Wagons out.
Wagons out.
Wagons out.